Let's try it without the voice mod. Chat, holy mother. All my sounds are all over the place. I don't know what's going on. Hi, what's going on, chat? How are you? We ready to play some more Phoenix Wright today? Have some beer? Are we gonna drink things? Are we gonna drink beer? Oh god. Oh god. Hold on. Here. Because that's where we're at, chat. Hello! Welcome to the land. How we doing? I'm gonna put my hair up. We're gonna talk a little bit. Just, I don't think this week wanted me to stream. It just kind of happened that way. Not that's a bad thing. But, just kind of panned out as such. So, but we're here now, and we're good. I did spend quite a large amount of time today. Yes. Quite a large amount of time trying to balance out the sounds on our soundboard. Actually, I haven't even tested the soundboard. Okay. That one doesn't work. See? See? Back to being a professional. None of that. Oh, is it because the system's all turned down? That's normal. Sound effect is turned down now. Hi. Hi. What you doing there, cat? I am wearing a shirt that has some very similar green. System coming online. No, you're gonna get... Okay. You're gonna get fur. You're gonna get hair in my beer. Not acceptable. Let's go that way. There you go, kitty. No. So. Cheers, everybody that's here. Just because they were drinking a spicy beer this morning, I decided to drink my last 5-pepper porter from Abel Baker. Hi, cat. You're back in my grill. Goodbye. Okay, bye. Ooh. And that's mellowed out since I got it. Mellowed out since I got it. Okay, that's online. That's online, which means... There it is. Okay. And as I was saying, I was trying to level some things out and put a few other sound files in here. Alrighty then. And so everything looks pretty good. I'm feeling that there's a couple of good ones in there, and actually I need to add some new ones, but since I only made it halfway through, I didn't add the new ones, like this one.
The 5 Ds of Dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
We now have that one. I did manage to get that one up and running, so if you cared. That one is 5DS. Ah, yes. That one, I don't... Did that one make it? Did that one make it?
No, he's sleeping.
That one didn't get adjusted. That one was supposed to get adjusted, and it doesn't sound like it did. That one's supposed to be much louder than it was. I know it's there. Nope, hasn't made it yet. Hello, what's going on? Baba Jack, how are you? By the way, hi Copper, how you doing? So it didn't end up there, it didn't end up there. I know the file was made. I said all the time. Billy D. Let's see. Did I? Let's do this. It's in here, isn't it? It's in here. That's right there. That's right there. Okay. Oh, let's see though. I want to crank that volume because the volume on these things is kind of all over the place. So now,
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
and I had to keep the part where he actually gets whacked with it. All right, there you go. There's the command for that one. There might be, but Wabajack, I really haven't heard of many people needing to block all Twitter users of a, like, you can have a single Twitter account, and then if you open up another one, it's different. Why are you trying to block multiple there, Wabajack? Good old Patches O'Houlihan. Just in case Junior of the Twitch person is super toxic and their followers can be bad, there's really no way of doing it. Basically, what ends up happening, from what I've seen, is that, well, that streamer or that user out there on Twitter basically has to turn their account to private. And then what ends up happening is that nothing can be sent to you DM-wise, which actually is a normal thing for people that have anything. They just turn that off, period. If you look at it, try sending a DM to Ko. Ko is not a toxic person. Most people can't hate Ko. I mean, really, I don't know how you hate Ko. You can't. Ko Carnage is a genuine, beautiful human being. And for somebody to hate him, yeah, exactly. And Zeke's DMs are not open. So it's one of those things. The DMs are usually not open. If you don't want people commenting on your stuff, usually it'll be in that spurt. You will have people like, you know, I don't know, you'll have somebody from Mr. Beast, you have somebody from freaking XQC where their chats, though they're not necessarily toxic, their chats absolutely can be 100%. Yeah, here come the bots, marching in the bots. And their chats can, and then at that point, you just have to block it for a period of time from everybody. You just shut it off. You just shut off the flow altogether, and, well, they ruin it for everybody. Nobody gets to hang out. Nobody gets to play. So, that's just how it is. But, okay. Really, Cat? Yeah, love you too. You're great. Okay.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Kind of quiet on this side. You know what? The wrench throw is perfectly fine. I might have to up that one just a hair. No luck in your area. It is out. I've seen it for a while. If you don't find it in the next, like, 30 days, you're probably not going to find it. So, actually, I probably want to get some myself. But, well, can't actually use it as one of our beers we vote for here because it was used on David Mahoney's stream this morning. No, I have not. I have not heard the latest alert on that one. Oh. So, chat, I was working on something. It's the disconnect the dial tone thing. Super loud. That's horrible. I did, and I'm working on. It's not where I want it to be, but it's there. No sounds. Why? I have this, so I can go big. When somebody raids, I want to actually pay attention to those people that raid us. I really do. I think they, oh, hey, thanks for raiding. And that's all we do? Isn't enough. Good call. Good call. I believe it is. 100%. I'm pretty positive that it is. But, you know, we'll double check it right now. I can turn emote only on right now if we like. Yep. Yep. No. No. Let's see that. No sub only, no emote only, not actually hosting anybody else right now. Everything looks great. The poll is still running. Right now, that Weiss, that's right, the off-color brewing beer for brunch Weiss, Berliner Weiss, is winning. Only by 1 vote. It is only by 1 vote right now. Actually, I did not look at the Twitter, but since I put this out so late, there wasn't much interaction with it. There it is. That's the beer. Yep. Nope. If you want a second vote, you got 54 minutes. 54 whole minutes. And that's it. Oh. So yeah, we're gonna do this thing. And then, yeah, I'll try to figure out some other ones to do things kind of like this. If you notice, look, it's so fast. And it's clean, and this is all it is. But I gotta do something else. I gotta do something else to it. Advanced audio properties. What in the H is going on with my sound effects? Bork, bork. Transition goes this way. It's just not working. That's great. Oh, and then that won't just work either. See, these are some of the problems I was having today. And evidently I'm still having them. Transition is working, sound is not working. Windows updated and now everything's broken. Of course, go figure. That's how things roll here. Jank, professional, whatever you like. But hey, if you like it, this is the new. These are the 2 new albums, the chip tunes from Stream Beats. And actually, I'm loving the hell out of them. These things are great. They are really good. Let's try that again. Nope. Nope. And damn it. And I guess I could try to see about what preferences here. Let's go to audio. All of that is disabled. Why is that all disabled? Oh well. That's where we are today. I'll have to fix it tomorrow. Happy Beersday, Miss Jacqueline. Hello. Hello, Miss Jacqueline. Hello. How are you doing? Starting off with the Able Baker 5 Pepper Porter, brewed with all of them wonderful peppers. Actually, the brew has really mellowed out. Really mellowed out. But did you see I tried that beer on IG? I did. It was really weird. It didn't tag me or anything on it. But my wife ended up catching it, so she forwarded it to me. So I did see that. How did you like that blackberry jam? Pretty good. Juicy Hazy by VR? Yeah. looking. I'm gonna get some of that atomic, I think. Ah. Well, that's the question now. That is the burning question. Copper, does that laptop work? Ah, it's because you're private and we're following. Okay. I should see it now. Okay. Stream Raiders! Alright, we can do some Stream Raiders. We'll do some Stream Raiders. Let me boot up some Stream Raiders. Oh, you know what? That's all system. Okay. What the H is this? Did my motherboard do something? Oh. I don't know. I don't know what that is. That may be part of my audio issues. Why would I use any of this? None of this is important to me. Okay. Exit. Close that out. With that. Yeah, I know exactly what we're doing. Cool. I don't need to know the weather. Thanks. Appreciate it. It hasn't crashed in 5 whole hours? Then, that sounds like it's a working device. Alright. Let's do this. Kick off. Go. Alright, Stream Raiders. Stream Raiders is going. Hey, look at that sexy face. Wait. Hey, look at that sexy screen name. I see you. Good to see you there, Dat. Good to see you. Alright, where are my commands? Where's my thing? Effect, go, Beersday, go. There it is. Beersday, this is last week's beer. You still have time to vote for the other ones right here in the channel and out there on the Twitter with that whole link right there that didn't come up. Why didn't it come up? Let's try that one. There you go. Ah. Oh, let me place a guy too. Wabbajack placed a unit. Where'd Wabbajack place a unit? Over there? Okay. How about we put it... I'll put it up there. I don't know. I don't know where I'm putting these things. You say liquid, I say sure. Here you go there. Land mod. Ah. So I will work on continuously leveling out all the audio. So basically, I have to load the audio. And I did find out the version of Audacity that I'm using is still perfectly okay. If I upgrade it ever from the one that I'm at, I will not be able to use it. But like I said, recorded some new stuff, added a few other ones. I've been leveling out the actual volume. And by Tuesday, I will have all of those hopefully tied up and finished. And I'll have the raid thing finished. That one I'm gonna... Yeah, that one needs a volume kick. It needs a little volume kick. Another thing that I did is I was listening to a bunch of those clips that we did during, well, Phoenix Wright. And I realized that, yes, the voice mod is down here and I'm up here. And the reason being is because the way I had it set up originally, I had to mute my stream and pull the voice mod. Now, with that,
I think I fixed that. I think. Possible. Maybe. Where now these voices are really freaking loud. Now I can't hear those. When I turn this on, I cannot hear that. Which is a bad part. But it's there. I don't know. I might be able to fix a way I can listen to it, but you can't hear it. We'll find out.
so, but at least it's louder. That's the thing, at least it's louder. And maybe it's, you know what I need to do it this way. I need to go over here. And it can be muted on that. How about that? So then I think what happens... That's really weird. Why is it doing that? I know why it's doing that. I need to do it like that. Oh, wait. I'm echoing? Am I echoing? Wow. Why is it doing that? Don't do that. Okay. Really? No? Really? Really? Really, really? I sound like a friggin' robot. Why do I sound like a robot? Interesting. Hold, please. Hold, please. I need to make sure that the volume... Because, once again, I can't actually hear it here. If I hear it here, it loops, and then you'll hear it, and then it's a problem, so... Oh, but I hate doing things this way. Some days, man. Some days, some weeks, even. Like, that's how I'm feeling today. This week, it's just been... Really? Really? It's just gonna be this way. It's just gonna be this way from start to finish. Okay. Okay, yep. This is fine. Everything is fine. Doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. Not that one, not that one. How about this one? Pause that. And that comes through here. I guess I'll mute that, pull this up here. Okay, I don't hear it, so we're good. We'll just see what it does with the yeah. Alright. Getting over it. Not the getting over a game. Getting over this whole thing, and I will sort out the rest of it later. Yep. No idea why I can't actually hear that. That's really kind of funny. No idea. Texas girl, hello! Headache day number 2. What is this? Oh. I have food. I have a cheesesteak, it looks like. Isaac from Dead Space in Phoenix Wright? Yes. 100%. I was like, wait, hold on. I can process this comment. There was a lot of abbreviation. And normally with all that abbreviation, I fail. I'm terrible at it. But I got that. I got that one 100%. So. And because of that, we're doing great. This is fine. Everything's great. Everything's fine. Yep. Can't stand for... Texas girl. Yeah, I appreciate that object. I think I got that one. I was going to say emergency response, but... Texas girl. I'm sorry to hear that. At least you're dropping in. Please, feel better. We want you at 100% so you can come hang out, you can drink beer with us, you can chill and make fun of whatever game or voices I'm doing, all of those things. So, please get better, okay? Get better so we don't have any issues. I do love this, do absolutely love this beer. So. I do. Alrighty, chat. Let's do this thing. I think. Okay. Yep. Yep. Something like that. Something. Okay. And over to Phoenix Wright. I moved my Stream Deck, so I have to learn how to use it all over again. Moved it. Moved it. I was like, ah, this is gonna be better for me. No sound. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Why is it coming through system? Absolutely love it. Every time that it does something like that. Nope, don't want any of that. Yep, hold on. 1 second, chat. Yep. Not quite sure what it's doing. Yeah, that one should work. Okay, what, how did it, but it didn't let you do it? I was not there. Better butter when you are better? Better butter, better pepper, pickled peppers, something, sorry, brain. Error. Okay. This is why we never update our system. This is why I never update my system. Like, everything's broken. All right, let's continue. Day 2 trial. I guess we're here. Let's do that. That's right. That's exactly where we were at. So glad I can chat again. Johnny, I am so sorry, my friend. Completely, this is part of the apology tour here. The fact that I ended up having everybody on with yeah, sub only was turned on because of the whole debacle with all the bots and things, and you know what, it sucked. It really did. So yeah, my bad. I apologize. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. There you go. Hey, Johnny. There you go. Enjoy your 4th month and all those wonderful emotes. Thank you for being part of the land. I appreciate you. All right, September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court Room number 1. I know I didn't have to. Please, smiles. Friendlier place. I really do try. I have to spell it out because it's broken. Yep. Yep. It's just this is how it is. Okay, let's go there. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go here. We'll take that. We'll drop this in here. We're going to take this one. We're going to paste it here. That looks great, but then I want to... Yes, wonderful. Voice mod is running. That's a good... That's a good observance there. If it was a permanent sub. It was the bot business, yeah. No way. There was no intention. I have no intention of ever being a permanent sub only. I think that's one of the dumbest things. Actually, I think people subbing to me most of the time, or I enjoy people subbing to me. Me begging for subs from people, that's the part that I just don't get. I don't. It's one of the things. It's one of the reasons I haven't done things like subathons. Everybody does subathons, and I know that some people really like them, but some people do. Some people really, really do like the subathons, but it just doesn't fit for me. And beams are still turned on from when we were playing Hades. I'm the judge now. Look at me. I'm the judge now. Oh, man. Nice. All right, let's see. Now I'm curious if this is actually working now. I'm curious. Ta-da?
How about now? Ooh, there it is. All rise for Judge Cleve. All right, court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Damn it, Maya Fey. I don't have a voice for Edgeworth. I don't have an Edgeworth. It's not 100% off purchases when you get the card.
Wait, there you go. That was Edgeworth. Damn it. Fancy neckwear from that dude. I don't know how to voice him. We'll voice him similar to Phoenix here. I'm gonna try not to. You get $100. That's more like it. Not 100%. I already have one. I already have a Prime card. This stupid thing is way up there with... Well, okay, the interest rate is not that great. The amount I get back for it isn't bad, as long as I purchase things from Amazon. And, well, it's got a huge limit on this stupid thing, I think. I don't know. It's crazy. Looking into a Canadian bake? Yep, Canadadia is great. We love Canadadia. All right, the defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed the murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to double the facts of this case, Your Honor, or to doubt, even, the case.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin, then.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor, the prosecution calls Chief Officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. What do we want? So I know that's the bad guy. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the window here. And the cause of death? My bad, I didn't turn it off. One sec.
And the cause of death?
Loss of blood to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand. Sir.
All of the sirring. Oh my goodness. Ah, Johnny. It's all of that swelling. At some point, the swelling does go down. It's fine. The swelling goes down, I promise. Or that might have something to do with putting a vacuum to them. I'm not positive. You know what? It is a thing. Yeah, it is something to distract about. Creepy creeperson. Oh my goodness. Hold. Why is this doing this? Okay. 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 That'll work. That'll work. I don't know what it's doing, but that'll work. So. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans, the murder scene, the Fay & Co. law offices. The floor plans added to the court record. Now, Detective...
Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. He said hard.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Johnny, that's the exact reason I'm playing it. Why, we had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack! Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. When I had a job, shakes fists. It's always slamming down the... The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It works lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Okay. Press him! Hold it! Who did you say that you got a call from? Objection! Stop answering this question! Hold it!
Don't play dumb, you know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene.
Okay. I pressed, not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. I'm just gonna press. It told me to press every single one of them, and I was like, there were two people, and he's going to tell us who the two people are in the very next comment, but we're gonna make him do it anyways. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime?
Right. I'd say about 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
Our motto this month is quick response.
What was the motto last month?
That's how I got there before the killer got away.
Indeed. So, tell us who the two people you found on the scene were?
Yes, sir.
Gumshoe actually has quite a bit of experience, but he's just not the brightest dude. 100%, Johnny. You could yell "hold it" and "objection" into the microphone, and it would actually say the words for you. Now made with real cheese. What was it made for before? This is so weird. I don't know if you saw it. Oh, God. Did I finish doing it? I didn't finish setting this up. But this is here, so I can say objection. So, I was building an actual scene for it. It will be finished for Tuesday. So good. Oh, we already pressed about that one. There's a count of her. Oh, wait. Oh, nope. I accidentally clicked through that. Okay. As soon as the phone call come in, I rushed over. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wicked! What's going on? Hi, Wicked. How are you? So good to see you. Thank you for being here. We're playing some more Phoenix Wright. I've sorted out the not in sub-only mode. I've fixed some of my audio levels when it comes to the voice mod. Oh my goodness. Hi, I'm doing great. So, like this one, I can sit here and go,
The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
and it's easy enough to turn off and turn back on and do all of those things. Reminds me of watching the Phoenix anime. Yeah. Yes! All of the voice mod things. Press! Hold it! Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene.
Well, he does have a point about her. He is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. No, you told me to press every time. I'm going to press every time. Hold it! Why is that? What's your reason?
Why, we had a witness account describing her.
Hold on, just 1 second. I knew this was going to be the one where it was at, because remember, we looked in the window and we couldn't see anything. So...
Yeah?
If I had heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence. She did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it.
You did say it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? Or tracts of land, I guess.
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor. Sir, there was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
Stream Raiders! Stream Raiders! Let's go over to Stream Raiders. Ooh, look at all the people here in the Stream Raiders. Stream Raiders. And there's that chip tune. My new favorite 2 albums. I mean, the synthwave is nice, but this stuff's really good too, especially for what we're playing right now. All right, we have a Wabajack. We have Cleave the Land. Oh, hey, that's me. We have Copper. We have Miss Jagla. We have D-I-N-O. We have NLAS, or NLA, Sour Is. Hi. We have Louis 92, and we got Purple Zane. Purple Zane. Wait, that's Chocolate Rain. Sorry. Getting all mixed up, confused. What level are these? These are all level 1s. You're level 5. I don't see anything that is even remotely harmful. So, go! Go fast, Juice! Already. 3, 2, 1. Go get him! Frickin' go get him! Thank you, everybody, for being here. And what do we have? We have Wabajack out in the... We got Copper with a 1 and 1 now. NLA is at 2 assists. NLA with 1 and 2 assists. 2 and 2. Purple Zane is coming up from behind. 2 and 1. NLA ends up getting whatever's in this chest, which is either a buster or a healer. NLA, if you are in the chat, please let me know which one of these things you would actually like. And if you tell me before the end of, that's right, the end of the Bueller, you get a choice. If not, I'm choosing for you. Choosing for you, man. So, there it is. Bueller.
Bueller. Bueller. Bueller.
No NLA in the chat. So, 2 scrolls versus 1. How about that? Enjoy, NLA, your healers. And the other one goes to Ms. Jacqueline with the busters. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. I'm going to go here, and then we have a choice. We will go here and then have a choice. Either gold or blue. Gold or blue. Look at all these guys. Look at all these guys. Man. I'm going to start on this side. Look at this nonsense. Dropping my bomber right there at the edge. Close to the edge. Trying not to lose our heads. What? Oh my god. How many skins do they... Wait. Oh, it's because I passed it. I found it. We're okay. We're okay, chat. Cat jam. Wait. Why is it not working out there? What? Cat jam. There it goes. It's just not working up here. It's working over here, not up here. Like I said, the chiptunes is pretty nice. I'm enjoying the chiptunes. All right, let's get back to it. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Back to it after secure. Okay.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showing the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Now, you like that? That's my hard evidence.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective.
Your Honor?
Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence in the first time?
I know. I'm really embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor. So,
Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
How are the voices going there, chat? Are they disjointed? Are they causing problems? Just let me know. I want to press this one here. Exactly. I would love to hear. Try to be more careful. Yeah, they're like, you're wasting my time in my courtroom. Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that?
of course I do, pal.
He sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. Blood found in the finger. Oh, this is what I was expecting. I was gonna press this one. I just pressed too early. Hold it! Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name?
Sure, it happens all the time in books and movies.
This isn't a movie, Detective.
Oh,
Let's talk about reality, shall we?
I guess I haven't heard of any cases, no.
Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name, especially the name of her own sister?
Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal.
Ejection, sir. Stop right there. Damn you, Edgeworth. The witness's opinion on this matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Dude, Edgeworth is rough, man.
Order! Order! You never hear order in the court, so I'm going to say it all the time. Order! Order! I'll take a turkey club, please. Thank you. You know, let's do the salt and vinegar chips. Yeah, thanks. I'll cook. I'm on a diet. Let's make a diet. Thanks.
That didn't go so well.
That's right. What he said.
That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Okay, memo, piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showing the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Death was instantaneous. Hold the conversation between the chief and Maya. Let's see. I know that this meant something. Maya, what's up? Papers and the evidence will leave you one to imagine. See you tonight at 9. Want you to hold on to something. Again, what is it this time? Oh, I went... Oh, it's going backwards. Oh, God. And see, that's the thing. Ms. Jacqueline, that's what I think. But whether or not we can prove that, that's the part that we have to do right now. Which is kind of funny because if they can't prove that it was, we don't have to prove that it wasn't. Let's see. A clock. I'll probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Not talking, that's lame. I take the clockwork out, so I put some papers inside of it. Papers, is that the evidence? I'll leave that up to your imagination. See you tonight at 9. Okay, back that up. The murder weapon looks like a statue. It's actually a clock. The broken glass remains of a glass light. Let's check the map. That's really weird. Okay. That's going to be... So the area is what you can see through the window. Letters written in the back in blood. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we have anything with the victim's handwriting. So that's the autopsy report. Blunt. Oh, that's it. That's it right here. 100%. If the death was instantaneous, how could she write it in her own blood? Okay, but I got to make sure that we're presenting at the right time. A memo written on a piece of paper in the victim's body after secure... Okay, so it's not that, not that. Clearly in blood, showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim... Okay, before she died, that's where it is. And... Objection! Detective Gumshoe? There's one thing you want to clarify for me here. You said the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying?
What? This isn't one of your lawyer tricks now, is it? Don't you be lawyer tricking me. Tricking me in with your lawyering. Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, detective.
Backwards?
The victim is only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is the report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. No butting your way out of this one, detective. Got him.
Order again. I still haven't gotten my turkey club. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? That would have been the day after the murder. Because we got that when we went and talked to Detective Gumshoe. We were walking around trying to figure out stuff. It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being?
It doesn't matter, because he's going to say he has a new autopsy report. Shady. And you have to give this information to the defense. You have to. It is required that you share all of the information with each other. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility that the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all, with my puffy collar and smugness.
Oh, I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham. Sham, wow. I don't think the answer matters. The answer does not matter in this situation. Shammy, sham, sham, sham. Hey, I like shams. Shams are great. Love that pepper porter. All right. I'm gonna say that he's the sham, because you know what? He's made me angry. Which is probably the wrong thing. I don't want to attack the detective, so. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report?
Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution.
Saint get Johnny, yeah. Shut
up and take my money.
See you in the poorhouse, Johnny. Thank you very much for those biddies. I appreciate you. I will take that money. Hey, whenever you get a chance, like I said, I prevented you from interacting with our chat yesterday because of my jankness, because of my professionalism, and so, therefore, I fixed it. So. And, hopefully you get that whole Canadian bank thing sorted out. Because, you know, that's important. No matter, Your Honor. Oh. That was weird. Pretend that to sound like Phoenix if that helps. Take that for the sub. See you in the poorhouse. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Mia's second autopsy report died from a blow by a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit because, you know, that's how it works. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion. Such an obvious conclusion. I don't know what to do with that.
Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Weird. Hold. Because I would really like to set this up for the new voice. I guess I can just do it like do that. Hold on. I can't do that. Do that. Oh. If this was Judge Judy, the case would be done in like 10 minutes tops, and right now, no.
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent? He's really not. None of her is. Not a single bit. Oh, God. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service. Look at my skirt. It's so shiny.
Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. I wonder if she would be too biased for a murder case. Yeah, she'd be way too biased for a murder case. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom with her grand intelligence. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like in my hotel room. Hee. I checked in right after lunch. And why would I show cleavage? Because you all love me, and I'm beautiful. I have to show you my cleavage. That's just how this works.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices?
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw. It was like... This is totally the wrong voice. This is totally the wrong voice.
It was like, there we go, that's so much better. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. Don't go into the light, Caroline. I just realized that what this voice sounds like. Don't go into the light. Stay away from the light. Okay. Then, the one attacking her was this mousy little girl sitting in the defendant's chair. And then, the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then, the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy winky bouncy wouncy.
Well, Your Honor.
I see. It is a remarkable, solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any.
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you?
Mr. Wright, I understand you were Ms. Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? Solid? Around 9? Yeah. She is the man! Sorry, I missed that. You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yeah? Why wouldn't I do that? I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, we're going to, of course, 100%. Okay. So what actual time of death was the, Oh, we don't have... Oh. But we don't know the time of death anymore. This is gonna come into play here, this part. Okay, can't do anything there. We'll just press, I don't know. Are you sleeping with the judge? Maybe. Maybe the broken glass will do it. Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Like, why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, he.
That's it? She can't get out of the question that easy.
I sort of, you know. I had a feeling. Because I'm one of those ghost mediums, Caroline.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? Go for it! Press! Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at the time of the night. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think that should be allowed. Yeah, stop him! He's being a jerk to the pretty girl with the big boobs! Look at her bobas, they're gigantic!
Order! Order in the court! Damn it, I know she looks great. It doesn't mean he can't ask questions.
Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? Chad, she's not a friggin' rabbit. Look at her. And Stags. How you doing? How you doing? I saw you come in. I didn't use mouth words. I used brain words, which you can't read. Go me go. Okay, and I saw a woman with long hair. Let's see. Want to tag her with the mousy girl sitting in the defendant chair. Let's press this one. Hold it. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well,
Huh? Well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. No, I question the testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all?
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yeah, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like that on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentioned neither of these things. She just stands like this the whole time. Like, I'm sorry, holding my arms like this for any period of time is not comfortable. All right, last chance to get your vote in on the poll, because it is after 5. It is closed on Twitter, but you can still vote here. You can still vote here. You can change your vote. I'll let you know what it's going to be right after this. The testimony is bogus.
Still, we don't know if she was dressed the way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Wow, what are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw.
I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. Like that bounce. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise. Wink. She actually verbalized the wink because, I don't know how to work both of my eyes at the same time.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her. Aha, but we found the right thing to press, so it moves on to the next stage. And you know what? That's where we're going to hold it. We're going to hold right there. Hold. All right. Moving on to here. Do. Hey, actually, let's do some Stream Raiders since that's ready. I've just looked at it. Going over. All right, what do we have? We have a Wabbajack. We have Purple Zane. We have Copper. We have Ms. Jagger. We have Dino. We have LOI92. Louis. We have Invisible Man 275. Ooh, look at that big old berserker from you, Ms. Jacqueline. And Copper, you got that paladin with his big old sword out again. Alrighty. I don't know what we're doing here. These are level 5s. Level 5s. Nothing real terrible. Nothing terrible. I mean, I guess I could kind of... Can I try to do that? Try to do this. I'm gonna do it there. We'll do it there. Alrighty. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Go get them. And go get them. And that's Stream Raiders. Oh, I'm getting things with that bomber. Old Wabajag is definitely taking up the lead with some extras. Oh, Purple Zane with 12. Oh, the humanity. Oh, God, 17 kills. Oh, no. We're doing great. I don't see us going anywhere. We're doing well. Look, what is this? What is this? Why are they all blue? Why are they covered in blue goo? What is this goo? Is this water? Are you covered in water? I don't see us losing this. We got 23 against 14. Miss Jacqueline, look at all of that extra. Miss Jacqueline. My goodness. You got a berserker going. I don't know, this guy, is that a heavy paladin? Your paladin is going. He is murdering them all. Oh, it's a saint. Saint gives armor buff, so that's what the blue little bubble is. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Ms. Jacqueline, it looks like you ended up winning with 17 kills and 14 assists, all of them assists. Do you want the cash? Do you want the buster? Do you want the cash? Do you want the buster? Cash? Do you want the buster?
Bueller.
Cash!
Bueller.
Ms. Jacqueline says cash. And do the busters go to copper? Do the busters go to copper? And as always, Copper gets the second one. I don't know how you rigged my game. Copper, like, hacked into my computer, changed the code to my Stream Raiders and my Stream Raiders only, that he always gets a reward. That's just how it works. That's some funny stuff. All right. Well, quick. Do we go gold or do we go blue? Gold or blue? Actually, here, I'll even do this for you. I'm going to drop this. And I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to do this. Where to? And we're going gold. We're going blue. And I'm going to give you 10 minutes to vote on that. And I'm going to start that. And go ahead and vote to your heart's content on which direction we're going from there. Now, where are we? Where am I? Oh my God. We're going to go over here. That's right. It's friggin' Beersday. Which beer are we drinking? Which beer are we drinking? Let's find out. Let's find out. Alrighty, on our Twitter poll, the polls on Twitter, it says 0 votes for all of them. Nobody voted on Twitter. Okay, I can take a hint. It's still going up there. Y'all get your second vote, but I know where we all did vote. That was here. That was here in the channel. And the winner is going to be the Off Color Brewing beer for brunch, a Berliner Weiss. Beautiful, beautiful. Closing the polls right now. 75% of the votes went to that beer. Not bad. It's quite a bit of number of votes for that guy. And let's see if I have that picture. I think I already got that picture uploaded and ready to go. I just gotta go over here. I go here. And I gotta rename it. That's right. And then drop it right in here. Yep. Replace that one. And now, when we turn on the beer, right, we turn on the beer. Rip, rip. There it is. That's our beer. That's our beer that we're drinking today. And the whole reason I got this one is because it's beer for brunch. And David Mahoney does beer for breakfast. They actually have a beer for dinner beer as well. So we might get that one at some point. But, yeah. Good stuff. So we'll be drinking that shortly. Now, you know, as we always do, I do the spiel. I show some ads. I go take a break. During the middle of our stream, I'm going to shove this entire cheesesteak into my face and say hi to my lovely wife. Not in that order. I'm probably going to say hi to her first and then shove the cheesesteak in my mouth. Either way. But incoming spiel. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. I love y'all. I really do. If you haven't done it already, please hit that follow button. It lets you know when we go live. It also lets you know what we're playing over here if you're not in the channel. And, well, you know, then you're part of the community. You're part of the Landers, and that's great. If you have already done that and you would like to throw money at the stream and allow you to talk during times where for some reason I accidentally leave sub only on, well, you could always throw money at us for the subs. If you have Amazon Prime, you do get a free sub there as well. And you get to use all of those wonderful Namaste emotes you see there. Now, if you'd like to support us in other ways, That link tree has a whole bunch of them in there. The YouTube's in there. Go comment, go like, go subscribe. All of the VODs end up over there. All the stuff ends up over there. I try to post other videos and things like that, but they are there. We have the Amazon Blacksmith link, so if you shop on Amazon, you can use the link, and it gives a kickback to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It doesn't cost me anything extra. It just sends money to the channel, so we don't mind that. There's the Design by Humans merch store. I'm going to be buying a whole bunch of shirts off of that soon. It's going to be great. New designs are on there, and I'm going to be having some other designs commissioned probably in the next month or so, as soon as the next Twitch payment comes through. All that money's going to go towards designing things for you, and you know, we'll probably look at a few different designs and see what you like. Thinker. I'm a thinker. So check that out. You can get shirts with sleeves. You get them without sleeves. You get them with long sleeves, with short sleeves, with big thick sleeves and hoods. You can get the sleeves and you can cut them off and then, you know, just wear the sleeves. Whatever you want to do. You can be part of the mug gang. That's right. Mugs are over there. And you can get mouse pads and stickers and art prints and all sorts of other things. Phone cases for an iPhone 7. It's there. I don't know why, but it's there. You can do things like that. So, alrighty. Also, we have the socials, Instagram, Twitter, let you know what's going on with the stream. Like when I had problems today, I tell you that I had problems today through Twitter. We also have Namaste's Instagram. Cute pictures of the puppy are posted there. Go ahead and check those out. We love the puppy. She's great. She is absolutely wonderful. We love the puppy. She's cuter than I am. Make sure she has more followers than I. That's important. So, we have the charity until the end of September. We're going to be running the Wounded Warrior Project. They do support our veterans here in the U.S. after they have kind of transitioned on. They help them get into other jobs. They help them with their injuries. They help them getting all sorts of other services and things that they do need desperately. Service puppies, you name it. Wounded Warrior is a great service. Now, also the website is at the end of that command, and then the donation link is right there in the middle. So feel free to do both. Last but not least, and feel free to drop any lurker emotes you have. What is the lurker roll call, as it would be? The lurker call out? The silent majority, those that are just chilling, hanging out in their booth, enjoying their drink, people watching, person watching. You hold the land up, and I could not do this without you, so thank you. Please, you keep doing you, and I will keep doing this for you. So, thank you. You're all beautiful. You're beautiful. I'm telling you right now. That's how it goes. So, with that, I will get our beer going, and I'll come back for that. Give me 5-10 minutes, and we'll drink that. We'll do our Beersday normal spiel, the thing. We drink beer. We say hi. I ask you what everybody else is drinking, and by then, we'll be able to tell if we're going blue or if we're going gold. So, Texas girl, hey, keep me updated. I know you talk to my better half. If I'm not here, you talk to her about that, okay? Or hit me up. We'll check it in Instagrams and things. So let me know. Feel better. Hopefully they give you some good meds or something. They're probably gonna ice you, things like that. So feel better. Let us know what's going on. Alrighty, 5-10 minutes. Sandwich. Wife, beer, bathroom. All right. Do the thing. You do it too. Love y'all. Is that it should be everyone's. It is something that I have turned on with this, and then you can actually turn it off individually through Twitch. Because that's how I roll. That is how I roll. Chat, I haven't eaten my food yet, but I just wanted to say something real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Well, 2 minutes more like. BRB. Look at you, Wabajek. Careful. Careful, you keep helping people. I'm gonna have to mod you. Alright. Chat, you're gonna see me eating, damn it. Hey, glad you found it there. Dzap, welcome in. I appreciate you. And no, 100% it does not. It does not translate properly. Like, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it. I talk too fast, and usually talking really fast trips up closed captioning. So when I start talking faster, it starts trying to do things faster, and it just can't do it. And all of a sudden it's saying, you know, where's Matthew McConaughey? When I say, you know, where's my mom gonna stay? It doesn't know the difference. Listen to me before I left? Well, I'm glad you're here. Hey, you all are more than welcome to lurk anytime that you are here. So, but welcome in. Our beer is this guy right here. The beer for brunch, Berliner Weiss. That's right, I got one right here. Actual fresh can. Actually, it's got a cool art on this guy. Cool art on it. They actually put the silver that comes through the can on things like the fork and the actual coffee press there. So this guy here is a Berliner style Weiss beer brewed with orange and Chardonnay grape juice. Ooh, fancy. This is coming in at a whopping 16 fluid ounces, 1 full pint. This is brewed and canned by Off Color Brewing out of Chicago, Illinois, and it is at 5.8% alcohol. Malts that were used. I like this. This is something kind of cool. Malts that were used in this particular beer. Pilsner malts, wheat, and flaked wheat malts. Okay. That's like pretty good standard for some Berliner Weiss. The hops in here are Citra hops, one of my favorites. Period. Citra hops are so good. They do get a little overused, I will say that, especially when it comes to IPAs, but it's because they're such a good hop. They just really are. Ah. Well, they got sneaky on this thing. This thing's more than just a Weiss. Reading this, they actually said secret ingredients. This is even cooler. They put lactobacillus in here. Lactobacillus is lactose yeast. So this should have kind of a milkshake-esque type feel to it. Very, very bubbly on this. Orange Chardonnay grape juice, we read that, and at least an hour wait. So they brewed all that for at least an hour? I like it. Cool. So, let's find out. I know I'm not finished with my beer or my food, but that's okay. There's that beer ASMR. That beer ASMR we were all looking for. All right, let's see what we got. Glug glug. Any? No? It's trying, but it's not. I'm not getting much out of this glass. Got a little extra. A little extra in there. Look at that guy. Look at how translucent. This is so translucent that the green screen is coming through it. Ah, you did not miss anything about Stream Raiders there. If we did a vote, let's see what the vote came up to. What was the vote? The vote said, where to? We're going gold. We're going gold. Let me do that for you right now, and then I'll get back to the beer. You don't need to be here while I do this. You don't need to be here while I do this. All right, we're heading down to gold. Heading down to the gold. We still have a few more rounds to get there, but we're going gold. All right. Back to the beer. So, this guy is so pale, so translucent that you can see the green screen coming through. That's really kind of cool. I mean, you absolutely 100%. You can see my fingers, you can see my mouth as I am actually saying things through this beer. That is how pale this beer is. Pretty good for a Berliner Weiss. A Berliner Weiss. Alrighty. So, definitely very, very clear. Check it out. Legs for that, the suds there. The head, a little bit. This guy actually smells more like wine than it smells like beer. I'll tell you that right now. That's because of Chardonnay grapes. The Chardonnay grapes are super overpowered. They're very, very tart. So I'm very interested to see how this goes. All right. We are coming into our favorite part. Everybody's favorite part about drinking beer is, well, drinking it. I know, y'all don't come in here just to sit here and pontificate about it and sniff it and look at it, but, you know, I like sharing a little bit. I like savoring and tempting a bit before we actually dive into just, I mean, I could just sit here and just slam beer. I could just slam beer the whole time, but that doesn't work for us. Come on now. We're sophisticated here, at least marginally. So, alrighty. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Merry Beersday. Thank you for joining me in another one. Actually, I needed to address this. Twitch didn't send me anniversary notification, been looking at it, and I think my anniversary was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to say, if not next Friday, the Friday after, we're going to do an anniversary stream for it. I'm gonna stream a little bit longer. I need to talk to my wonderful wife about it and make sure everything is kosher with it, but we're going to go a little longer. We might do some community games. We'll find out and you know, do an anniversary stream. Why not? So, cheers. Okay. So, beginning, middle, and end. I kind of have to wait a little bit because I have a lot of spicy going on. I had the 5-pepper porter from Abel Baker going. I still have some of that. I have a cheesesteak with a bunch of peppers on it, so I still have a lot of heat going on. But this guy here is very, very mild. It does have a slight tartness from those grapes. Beginning, middle, and end. The beginning part of this, it's a Berliner. Kind of like a sour because of the fruits and stuff that they use in there. But you get just enough of the actual malts to go, hey, by the way, I'm still a beer. And it just carries it in. That middle part, everything just lingers. It's not that it gets more intense one way or another. Maybe the malts come a little bit more forward, but not by a lot. And then the end of it is just pleasant. It's just nice. It's a very smooth and very easy drinking beer. Honestly, even with the tartness from the grapes, Tingles right back here, just a hair, and it's not that hoppy tingle. That's from the grapes. It just sits there. It just sits there and just chills with you the whole time. I like it. Check out Off Color Brewing. Beer for brunch. Very easy to drink. Very easy. And I think that was the intent. The intent was to be very easy to drink. Because if you're drinking for brunch, you're probably just a little hungover. You need just a little alcohol to get you through. You're having a bunch of breakfast and maybe some heavy meats and things. You want things like balance. You want to counter it. Well, there it is. So, and this landmod's telling me to take another drink, so I'm gonna. Very good, very good. Alrighty, well, now that I've sat here and I've talked at you about beer and all the things and sampled some of it and told you about what I thought about it, what did you all manage to get to drink on this wonderful Beersday? I mean, it's Friday. Now, it may not be Friday for everybody. Doesn't mean you can't drink. Doesn't mean you can't have water. Plenty of people out there that it's perfectly okay that if you can't drink with us, doesn't mean you can't drink with us. Just because you're not drinking alcohol doesn't mean that you can't drink. We all have to consume some sort of liquid. You got yourself a Coke and Coke? Or, I don't know, maybe a little water and ice cubes? Let me know. I always like to know these things. So interested in it. It's so weird. And then, cheesesteak. Fudge, that's good. Stouts are always so good. Stouts are some of my favorites. They always are. I really want to get more stouts, and it is coming into that season. I didn't know if anybody knew this, but it's September already. Living in Vegas, you don't know. It's still trying to be triple digits. I mean, I think the high today was 102 or something like that. But it's ridiculous. Hell, I can pull it up right here. Today the high was 93 degrees. So, hey, it's starting to get cooler though. We're going to get into the high 80s by Monday. The high 80s. Ugh. So you're saying you're a stout, you are a stout guy? Unless it has a strong coffee presence, and then you are not into the coffee stuff. Okay. You're not, it's not popular. You don't like coffee stouts. And that's fine. Actually, coffee brings a little bit of that bitterness, and sometimes you want that richness. You want the chocolate, you want peanut butter, you want caramel. You want that bourbon barrel stuff. You want all of those flavors, but you don't want it back here. And that's perfectly fine. Everybody has their own beer type. It's just a matter of finding what that beer type is. So you probably had like the Samuel Smith, and you're really into like that chocolate oatmeal stout. So no coffee stouts, exactly. See, the chocolate stouts by Sam Smith. Yeah. Those things are pretty good too. And don't like, I love them all, man. I don't think the beers that I don't necessarily get along with, those are the domestics. For us, the domestics here for us. You know, the Buds, the Bud Lights, your Coors, your Rocky Mountain Waters, your Millers. I mean, you can call me a hipster if you like. The one out of all of them that I probably drink, and it's not necessarily by choice, is a PBR. And the other ones have to be like freezing cold, and you just have to slam them, which doesn't do anything to you anyways, because they're, 2.5%. They're basically a non-alcoholic beer. Hell, I think I'll drink a Heineken before I drink any of the other stuff. Jägermom. One of those kind of moments. So. Alrighty. Well, chat, how would you like to get back into some more Phoenix Wright? Are we enjoying Phoenix Wright? You all having a good time with this? I'm having a good time with it, personally. Yep, Yingling is a great one out there. It's not a bad, but definitely a cheap one. Do that in Tsingtao. Tsingtao is another one that's right there, same level as Yingling. Actually, I think technically Tsingtao is a rung above it for some reason, but you can still find it in just about every single Chinese restaurant that serves beer. Yingling is actually a little harder to find, at least on this side. I know on the West Coast it's quite harder to find that one. So. We're into the synthwave. It's moved on from chiptune to synthwave. Ah, that's okay. We do like this one too. All right, let's get back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and April, May, June, and her mounds of intellect. Haha! Oh, I was gonna see if I could fix that, and I didn't manage to fix that. This is so weird. So weird. Hold, please. It's very strange, but hold, please. Huh? One word. 2 syllables. Are we back? There we are. 1 word, 2 syllables. Update. I think a Windows update happened and everything's broken today. I think that's been what's going on. Why I've been completely and utterly unable to do friggin' anything. Which sucks. So, rip. Why? Why? Well, I'm really glad everybody's here for Beersday and hanging out while, you know, once again, we are still having technical difficulties. It's been a thing happening all day today. And, well, the most we can do with it is just roll with it, have a good conversation now that the audio part works, even though some of the other parts aren't working. And, you know, listening to the Windows did-a-ding as stuff happens in the background. So cheers to that. Cheers to that. Okay. Stream Deck reloaded. Hey!
Hey, mother.
Josephus! Hello, you beautiful son of a... My goodness, I've missed you. I miss... We're still having jank. Like, you're gone for so long, and it just... we can't do anything about it. It's just... This is just the way it is. Bring in the space, the Pope. How was life? Actually, I was going to send you a DM, and then you hit me up in messages yesterday, and then I was like, oh, I still need to send him a DM. And I'm like, wait, why can't I send him a DM now? Because that feels weird. I'm like, but you're the one that's making it weird, man. You're the only one that's making it weird. Either way. All right.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then, the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, the kind of statue-y clock? The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Hee hee.
We got her. 100% Chet. Yeah, you said you were going to be busy and you needed to kind of take time with that. I've been stupid busy here too. Honestly, I have not been on time. We looked at this. I have not been on time for 5 streams in a row. I actually had to cancel stream on Tuesday. So in 5 streams, I've been late because of work. It's insane. Well, actually, today I was not late because of work. Today I was late because of technical difficulties, running to grab my wife. She needed a ride and some other stuff, and everything just collapsed. It all just collapsed. What the actual F? Yeah, I know. You're getting voice modded today with all of this wonderful Phoenix rightness.
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
Yes, cross-examination. So, yeah, some adulting things and, but I take this seriously. I do. I take streaming for everybody seriously. I care about doing this. This is my downtime. In all honesty, this is my downtime. Hang out with you, though it is a little, it drains energy because it's not easy. I mean, that's troubleshooting the whole time we're here, but that's one of the reasons I love doing this. I mean, granted, if I didn't have to troubleshoot for like weeks on end, I might get bored. You only adopted the darkness. I am. Batman. Okay. First attack ran off to the right. We might be able to... Gosh, to the right. I know where it is. I need to stop. It's all about the clock. It's all about the clock. I saw it. I did. That clock. Let's press her here. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Oh, I pressed on the very last one. Okay, there it is. And then I'm gonna go... the murder weapon? Looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock made by Larry Butts. How does she know? Objection, Miss May. What you said just now was really quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer Man?
You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it.
What?
Another person is much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Oh, man.
Order. Order in the court. Order. Damn it, I really should have ordered more than just that turkey club. I'm still kind of hungry.
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh,
Damn it, Edgeworth. We don't like this guy. Forget you, Edgeworth. The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, murderer.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
He was almost not going to be he was almost not going to do his job. Defense, you're not allowed to ask questions. Thank you. Oh, if he stopped me there, the trial would be over. Chat, any of you ever been in a courtroom and it seems exactly like this? I don't think so. I don't think anybody's been in a courtroom anything like this. This is all movies and TV shows, and it's all a farce, but it's at least fun to watch.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it say the time.
So you've been to the law office of Fay & Co.
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hee hee.
Oof. Copper. Jury duty, 4-day trial, and none of it's ever been like that. Yeah, exactly. Another jury summons? Man, that's rough.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Well, isn't this the same difference? She couldn't have heard it, and it couldn't have rung been the same exact friggin' difference. I mean, I guess one of them is a more correct option, because this one, it's like, she couldn't have heard it. The windows and building is far away, and maybe it wasn't working, and then it said it couldn't have rung is much more accurate because, well, there's no clock parts. Actually, Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. And why is that? Because it's empty, chat. The clock is missing its clockwork. And we have proof that the clockwork is missing.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look right now.
Oh,
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
it is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can
It is as you can see, the clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar.
That?
Well, Miss May? Johnny, you're asking what our dog was. She is an Irish Doodle service dog. She is almost 3 years old. That is my lovely wife's service dog. So, oh, he's gonna ask where's the proof. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty somehow. He knew. Yeah, 100% Irish Doodle. She is an Irish setter and poodle mix. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Leading? Maybe just a bit?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is in the conversation. Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone. Ban. That's a pretty good ban emote there.
Oh, you have a girly phone.
Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Okay, he should not have the evidence. The scales of justice looks like a face. It does. 2 eyeballs, the nose, the mouth.
Order! Order! I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say this. Friggin' A. Everybody just gets so damn loud in here every time something's said. Why did I become a gardener? It would have been so much better as a gardener. They don't talk back. It's peaceful. You get your hands dirty. This is terrible.
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? That good detective. Better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep. So, oh, I gotta do the other voices now, don't I? I gotta do the phone voices. This is Maya.
So, you just want me to hold on to the tinker? I'm the thinker. Are you then?
If you could. And I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now.
Huh? Not working? That's lame.
I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I know. It sounds like Mickey. That's the best I can do. September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
Beep. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel.
Meh, meh, meh.
Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Royal Dragoon, it's so good to see you with that wonderful Code Stabby emote. Welcome, hello. You're reaching wonderful April, May, June time. Actually, Johnny, when we did Doki Doki, I did all the own voices myself, and she kinda ended up Mickey Mouse as well. So, that was a thing. Oops, I forgot. Wink. Once again, because I can't actually blink both of my eyebrows. It's either both at the same time. I can never do one or the other. It's a congenital disease that I have.
So, the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yeah, we do. Exactly. You're like, after that, it's like, oof, oof.
Yeah, 100% the voice strain after doing some of those things. I'm like, when I was done with Doki Doki, we did, 3 days worth of Doki Doki? Because we went through and we tried to play even more at the end of it. Oh man, my voice was thrashed from doing 4 or 5 different girl voices. I'm just not used to it, which is one of the reasons I'm trying to employ the voice mod. You know, I paid for the thing, I might as well use it. So I really wish I had a little more flexibility in making them sound more human and less, hey look, I just increased the pitch of my voice. But say la vie. We'll see if there's something else I can do. We'll find out. All right. The witness claims before she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. It has to be this.
It has to be. It has to be the fact that it was made by Larry. It's not going to be. Damn it. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. Exactly. See, the clock was custom made. Dragoon knows. Dragoon knows.
What?
Texas Girl, that's good to hear. Hey, and I'm glad that you're able to kind of join in while you're still there. Hopefully we can make you feel better. Keep talking to you. At least you're on an IV. They gave you some medicine. Maybe that'll take the edge off of the thing. Liquids are always a good thing when it comes to headaches. I do know that. When we were drinking this liquid, trust me, I started drinking a lot of water. That's right. A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the entire world. And that one there isn't here in police custody. Sorry, and the one that isn't here is in police custody.
That's impossible. Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses? Not on sale today?
She's powering up. Oh no, she's going Super Saiyan. Damn it. What is it to you, Porcupine Head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? He did it, and she should die for it. Die! Oh, sassy. We're almost there. I will do some Stream Raiders in just a moment.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. They are fighting. Dun, 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 dun. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
No. No. Ah. Silly me. Ah. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did, Tee. Wink. Once again, wink. Gotta say the words wink.
Scary! Alright, real quick. Stream Raiders. He'll chill behind me. Brip. What do we got? We got Copper, we got Wabbajack, we got Emu Bay, and JL Duval 11. Thank you very much for being here. Go fast, Juice. Go, 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 go. 3, 2, 1, go! Go, go, go. Woo! Duval's got that level 21 flying rogue that's just taking some stuff. It's not doing anything. It's 0, but it's at least shooting at stuff. It's at least shooting at stuff, right? Copper's got 7 and 8. Copper just wins. Once again, Copper just wins. I am doing some work with that Barbarian, though. And Miss Jacqueline, we know that she's not the murderer. We know Mr. White is, but we have to prove it. I think that was the one thing about these games that kind of drove me nuts, at least early on. I think the last one that I played, the last in the trilogy, they don't tell you who is the murderer. I can't remember if the second one did or not. The second one did not. The second one did not tell you either. So they moved past that. In the first game, they tell you who the murderer is. In the second one, you actually have to figure it out. So it's a little more of a whodunit kind of situation. Alrighty, Copper. Buster or Healer? And if I remember right, you were absolutely looking for these, but you still get a choice. You still get a choice. Buster or Healer. And you know the drill.
Bueller. Bueller. Bueller.
Silence from Copper. He's getting the Busters, granting said reward. The other one's going to JL Duval. He's getting the 1 Healer. Alrighty. And as I said, we were going down to the gold, so I got to make sure that we are paying attention to that. We will hit that one tonight. That will be the last one that we do tonight. So let's save up. We'll put all of our units in one basket. All of the baskets. I guess I'll put this guy right here. I don't know what to do. We're just gonna drop it. We're just gonna drop the archer. It'll be fine. This will be fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine. All right, let's get back to the game. Alrighty. Yep. Absolutely 100% scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock. Because you held it. Or you had heard about it. Ah! She heard about it. It's a statue. It's about this big. I don't think she would have actually held it. No. I think it would have heard about it. But we have to prove how she heard about it. So the witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way that she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Have a look at this.
Oh. Have a look at this.
Ooh, that.
I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap, which is extremely illegal in places like Japan.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if there was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Dad, they're powering up. They're powering up. They're gonna throw down fists. 100%. Here is my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... not here, right? It should tell you the time. No, I don't want. I want to press with that. There we go. Take that. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Ka me ka me. Objection. Beep.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me.
Again? What is it this time?
It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
La, la, la.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you. What gives you lawyer? It's no fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl? Is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court sees the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap, or you did it, didn't you? Well, we don't think that she actually did. We'll go with why. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Johnny. All of them true tears. Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippy tapping or irrelevant?
Gah. She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wanted her to say, or wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. You sound like Tammy Faye.
But this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice. He has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone?
Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn! He's good.
Well, you're not the first man who thought that, and of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. There is no way that you could be serious about this.
Bonk. Bonk. Way, I say way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but with ice, cold. I really like to order my hot coffees, but then put ice cubes in it because I like cold coffee. And lots of sugar. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee. How is this relevant? I don't know. It's okay.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Asked the bellboy. Wink. Verbally saying the word wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene of the murder at the time of the murder? It doesn't have to be. We just know that her testimony is bogus.
So, where does that leave us?
It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, this is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they were just going to let her walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come to think of something. We can call the bellboy as a witness or continue to examine Miss May. I don't want to let her go. Save! Let's press. Let's press. I think that she couldn't have actually seen with the angle. Love it. Right, on with the cross-examination. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted to the wiretapping, yes? But that bears no relevance to the case at hand, which is murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. Uh-oh, think this can't be the end, but I'm out of evidence.
Then I believe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any other witnesses to call?
None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? But that means Maya's guilty? Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. So it didn't matter. As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy, and Miss April May's alibi is proven to be solid, then by default, your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. That's not how that works. If another... No, that doesn't mean that she's infallible. It doesn't work that way. Are you prepared to accept my conditions? This is not a condition. You can plea bargain, but you can't... It's a game. Hit the believe button. These are the times when my logic brain kind of starts kicking in going, Edgeworth. He's got me backed into a corner. But I don't see any other way out of this. I accept. So dramatic. I mean, I will say this. At least it's inside of a courtroom, unlike M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's Avatar, Last Airbender movie that I don't even think that he saw the cartoon once. So, it's got a better grip on the law than M. Night has on Avatar. Timely reference for those of you. It's like 10 years old now.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.
I believe we're ready for the witnesses to testify. He certainly does not look like a bellboy. He does too look like a bellboy. Maybe I misread that. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of your service. Yes, he brought tea and cake.
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May, herself. Her eyes are up here, bro. Her eyes are up here. And you with the lazy stare is super creepy. My goodness. The bellboy was even creepier than the first time we met him.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right. Okay, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. But we're talking to the bellboy? Okay. I am the hell bellboy. Okay, don't need to know that. Received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest. Asked for iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes. I confirmed the detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished. So, 9 on the dot, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. How do we prove that? How do we prove that? Yuki Yu-Gi-Oh! Hair, yes, he does. You say, don't ask questions you don't know the answers to. It is, because what happens is 100% you end up causing more problems and more loose ends, and then you muddy the water, and when you muddy the water, then all of a sudden everything is just... It's gross. Hold it! Precisely 9, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Unless you were Cousin Vinny. Yes. Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9. Tee-hee, wink. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Hold, please. In this... See you tonight at 9. She knew the exact time. Let's use that. I'm gonna do it. Objection. Let's see if I... Oh, I harmed myself. Oh, God. Oh, it does. Oh, no. Really? I guess it doesn't. Oh, God. See this? Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Maybe it goes here. I'm gonna do it again. If I lose more, then I lose more. Damn it. Nope. Okay. Well. Okay. Hold on. Failed again. That is true. Let's press. Let's press again. Ah, that's a ridiculous question. You're sure it was Miss April May herself? Yes, he was staring at her bobas. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As it so very absolutely, sir, is an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with a, with an embarrasser, sir. An embrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir, more of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. Oh my. It was a moment I shall never forever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. I reached the end. Oh God, it's no good. There's nothing there. Is this it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Tell me why. Tell me why. I do find that entertaining, making people sing for the raid. So, now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let it happen, can I? No! Wait! Please wait.
Yes. Does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question. Did I just try to go Backstreet Boys on you? At least the first line, because Miss Jacqueline put the Tell Me Why from Free For All show emotes in the chat, so of course I'm gonna go, tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Didn't say I could sing it well, or that I properly knew all the words. I don't know which verse comes first and last, and math. Objection! Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question. That is all.
Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Why would I ask him about bed making? Check-in is kind of important. Ah! Save scum. Didn't he just say room service? Exactly. Tell me again about room service. Again, sir? At exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest has requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know. And we don't skimp on the ice, sir. For 2! What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth, now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? Very important. I object. That was objectionable.
Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes, I see. Why did you not mention that in your testimony? Or this in your testimony, for that matter? Well, sir, you, didn't ask? Nice try. Texas girl has a room, yay! Ivy with Benadryl, some other pain meds. Okay, with the yay, I'm hoping you're feeling at least marginally better. Please let us know that. Are you feeling at least a tiny iota better? That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool. Not yet, but hopefully. Okay. I'm keeping fingers crossed for you. Look, I'll even cross 2 more. We'll go like this. It makes it real hard to play the game, but Still do it for you. I've done it. I've won. You haven't won yet, man. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Do it. Ask for a blanket 100%. Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, who is this other person? Simple. It is simple. When you give me these three options, we have who was the man? Okay, so we're talking to the bellboy, so it can't be him. Miss April May, though Miss Jacqueline believes that she's a man, isn't really a man, and it's not her, so the only one that it could be is the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor, as been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself had an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. Brilliantly deduced. I used all 4 brain cells. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. I like how fast he is going in this courtroom. Like, he is light speed. He is light speed fast in this courtroom. Wabba Jack, no. No, I did not. I used the mouse. Alright, we're gonna leave him going light speed. We'll jump over here to Stream Raiders. No, I said light speed, not this is fine. We're just gonna burn? Okay. Ms. Jacqueline, Jail Duval, Emu Bay, Copper, Wabbajack, and World of Belia. Oh, y'all, dropping in here. There's 2 bigger guys here. Those are level 10s. Those are level 10s. Those are level 20s. Oof. Let's do that, I guess. Try to get as many as I can with some cursing. Maybe we'll go Killing Field next time if this doesn't work out, because, you know. 3, 2, 1. Go get him. Go get him. Haha, my archer's doing practically nothing. Save me, Hep Knight. Copper's still just wrecking them. 15 kills for Copper. 10 and 3 for Miss Jacqueline, though. She's climbing. Climbing and winning. 13 and 3, 16 and 0. That's how you do it. Just drop some units and y'all just keep fighting over. 25 total kills for Copper. He's like, I got the ball. I got the ball. Not a boy. Hi, what's going on? How you doing, man? Good seeing you. Okay, what do we got? We have a Centurion, and it is going to Copper. Copper ended up winning it with 26 kills. 18 and 4 for Miss Jacqueline. 4 off from winning that. That's okay. Going there. Friday night, we out here. Exactly. Beersday. That's what we do. Cheers to you, chat. Alrighty, it's the big one. It's the loyalty gold chest. Very hard. It says very hard. So, drop all of them elite units, all of them epic whatever's nots. These are all 5s. There's a 20 there. There's a 20 there. That's right, I'm researching. These are all 20s up here. Ooh, these are all 20s right there. Ooh, those are 10s. 20s? 20s. Giggles. Could do a berserker. I think I'm gonna put a berserker right there. I'm gonna drop him right there, because these are mostly the 20s up here. So hopefully we'll kind of maybe meander somewhere in here, or we'll go around, and then it'll be just a disaster. Start to finish, the whole thing will just fall apart. But you know, at least we're there. What is this? Oh, okay. All right. All right, place the units, do the things, go and stuffs. Alrighty. Light speed, Phoenix Wright. Let's do it. What a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Ugh. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Luda!
Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into the matter fully. Am I understood?
Yes. Your Honor.
That is all for today of the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
We don't get confetti yet. We get another day to survive, though. September 7, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. I have a fan club now? This is weird.
Then again, the other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. Is he... Do I have a thing for Edgeworth? It sent shivers up my spine. And tickles in the taco region.
Okay, if you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No. I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
The man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
You think he's the one who...
Maybe so.
Yes.
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you. Get back!
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that has been stricken from the record. The one part is the victim dodged an attack that ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all. Now. It'll do a lot of good, because, well... it's evidence. You have to use the evidence. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. Hashtag free Maya! To be continued! To be continued! Saving content, yes. Saving the content, yes, gonna change over day 1. Day 2, beginning. All right. I realize a lot of times that I sit here and I do these types of things with the mice. Like, I almost, especially when things where I have to like point and click, I don't know where to put the mouse when I'm done with it. I don't. I have no idea where to put it. So all of a sudden it's like, I'm over here, I'm over here. And I just feel like I'm a little like ADHD with it. This is my fidget spinner. This is my little pop game. And I apologize. September 7th, 3:11 p.m. at Detention Center, Visitor Room. Well,
Hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Not, you stinky lawyer, I hope you die. Have you come to laugh? Yeah, laugh at the fallen Miss May?
no, not really. There's something I wanted to ask.
Unfortunately, there is nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head?
Here we go. Please, you're scaring the security guard. He is terrified. Look at this guy. Look, I'm just gonna say, this guy up here, frightened to tears. He won't even make eye contact. That's an animal instinct, not making eye contact. Like dogs, when a dog, when it stares you down and it doesn't look away, you are gonna get messed up. You look away. You're like, I'm not gonna mess with you. It's cool. I'm gonna look down. Everything's fine. That guy, nope, not making eye contact. She's scary, chat. She's super.
So, what is it you wish to ask of me then,
She just said she wasn't. Oh, never mind. For starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked? Do 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 do. Let's ask her some questions like that man. About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Can you?
No way, Jose.
Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Why did you place a wiretap on Mia's phone?
Aw, when you say it like that, it sounds so cold. So criminal.
Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May.
Oh, and I suppose you learned that in a lawyer school, Creep.
This woman is impossible to talk to. She is. Absolutely, 100%. Say, why are you so... Chat. This right here. You're not supposed to say this. No, that's bad. That is absolutely 100%. That's bad. This is going to end poorly. This sentence right here is going to end poorly. Angry. I mean, you don't look like a bad person.
Oh, that does it. Bottom feeder, scum-sucking lawyer.
Bottom? I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers? Or just against me? You just asked her why she was angry. It's like, hey, why don't you breathe? Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's present this.
Hey, guess what? Actually, I really hate your guts. So get lost because, well, I'm not cooperating.
Yeah, thanks. I noticed that already. Died from a blow. Conversation. Broken remains of glass. The thinker. The victim dodged. Yeah, no, yep. She hates the guts. Hates the guts. Okay. Let's go find... Let's go see if there's something else I can find. Let's go back to the hotel, I guess. If we go back to the hotel, we might be able to find some more information. September 7th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Oh, thanks. It's not supposed to be a performance. This isn't theater, you jerk. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewater's rep, as they say. Huh? Rep? Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It will be a great for the business, sir. Whoa. Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. Bro, that is a terrible... 10 minutes of fame, right? Everybody's 10 minutes of fame. Oh, why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are honored guest. Please let me know if there's anything I can bring you. I guess I can ask questions, right? About Miss May. Oh, sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said. Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. The man with May. I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May. Yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you pardon the expression. I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger. There, we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If you had a photo of the man, I could quite sure I could identify him. A photo? Could you tell me about this hotel? Absolutely. On that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. He gives killer room service. He brings food that is to die for. To die for. And, not only that, chilling iced coffee. Damn it.
Boo!
See?
Boo! Boo!
Leveled out some of those sounds. Some of those sounds are much louder now. Oh. I propose that we add a subtitle. A subtitle? The Gatewater Hotel. Murder Manor. Well, what do you think? Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set. It's so bad. Oh my god. Oh god. I don't think any of this is pertinent. Oh, nice weather again today. I can see the Faye & Co. law offices, of course. Yes, we plan to install a telescope in that window, of course. Just $5 will earn you 3 minutes of view kill. Just kidding, son. By that look in his eye, I'd say he was more than serious. A bottle and 2 glasses rest on the table. Why hasn't he cleaned these up by now? I beg your pardon, sir, but if you could please refrain from touching those. It's part of the decor. I call it the last drink before murder. We'll be famous, the talk of the hotel industry. He's so crazy. This guy is so crazy, man. Huh. There's still a screwdriver stuck in that drawer. Please, leave it as it is, sir. That drawer of terror hiding place of the murderer's wiretap. It's set to become one of the most popular attractions here. This guy's serious. I don't believe it at all. 100%. This is crazy. The dude's crazy. A vase, as expected. I'm not good with flower names, except maybe tulips and sunflowers. And we went over the whole, oh yeah, the roses are red, violets are blue. He should at least know what that is too. It's a still scent painting, still life, whatever. All those hanging on the wall. A simple bed. Been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Gonna talk about the window? Yeah, okay. No, I don't need to talk to you, bro. No! Skipping! Okay, back. Nothing here. Let's go to Grossberg. September 7th, Grossberg Law Offices. Huh. Looks like Grossberg is out for the day. Again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. Oh, maybe. Examine, what is this? It's a photo of the dude. What is this? Old photos? There are two lying here. Something's been written in pencil on the back. DL6 Incident Exhibit A, DL6 Incident Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. Who does that look like, chat? 100%. Who does that look like? It's a young version of my grandmother. That's where I was going with it. But I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. While I eat a sandwich. Phoenix was hungry. He hit lunch on the way over. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. Chat. Borrowing is the same thing as stealing if it's not taken with permission. I'm sure no one will miss just one little photo. And it might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Yeah, a valuable clue from a law office that has nothing to do with the... The only reason it's related is because we were told to go here for the case. And now, he's not even here. Let's look at the other one. Ah, yes. Another photo lies on the desk. Maybe I should switch it with the one I took? We can't take both? I think I'll swap them. On the back of the word, DL6 Incident Exhibit B are written in pencil. That's super weird, but at least we know, back here at the Gatewater, if we take this photo to him, or present it to him, take a look at this. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer? Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is. No, I have no clue what you're talking about, bro. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that it's him? Affidavit? This guy is way too excited about this. Sure, why not? Have him write it. Well, sure, why not? Yes! I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Okay, just hurry up and write it. Bellboy's affidavit added to the court record. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. Okay. I mean, I guess we go talk to her, show her a picture, show her the affidavit.
You again? Can't you take a hint and stay gone?
Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me.
Oh, so it's my fault now? You don't just have spiky hair, you also have a spiky heart.
That does it. When this case is done, I'm shaving my head. Presenting! How about we present a picture? Have a look at this. Look at this photograph!
Look, I've said several times, I'm not telling you. Where did you...
A reaction! This is him, isn't it? What?
What? Who? When? Why? How?
It is him. This is the man who stayed in your hotel room the night of the murder.
No, that's not right.
Nice try, Miss Cooperative.
Did you have proof that it was him? Yeah, proof. Show me proof. My little rabbit pose. Chat, how many females do you know that literally just, this is how it's like this? I'm doing this because I'm cute. Tee-hee. Wink. Tee-hee.
I'm so close. Could you have a look at this?
What's that?
That's the bellboy's affidavit telling us everything he saw, such as the man you checked in with, who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. Do we push it real good, or ease her fears? Tell her it's okay. I'll be okay. She's been a jerk. I'm pushing. This is it. All or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press.
What?
Even though he should have been witness to murder, your little friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation.
Oh, fine. I'll talk. You win, Mr. Lawyer Man.
Yes, man, that felt good. It's great to be alive.
Why are you pumping your fist in the air?
Sorry. One more. One more. Okay, I'm done. I swear. Mole. Now, tell me about the man you were with.
That man? He's my boss. Red White, the president of the information gathering conglomerate Blue Corp. Red, White, Blue.
Information gathering?
Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency.
So this is the man that was with you the night of the murder?
I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her.
Bingo! It's okay. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? Did we get her? Did we get her? Mr. Red White, at last! Finally a lead on this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Time to take action. Time to leap into the... into action? Like a panther? Alright. Bellboy's affidavit discarded. Why? We could have used it to prove that he was there. Damn it! I guess move back to here. Because I want the other... Alright, this is getting ridiculous. Where the heck is this loafer? I Aha, that's right. That old familiar clearing of the throat. Ah, you again. Oh, hello, Mr. Grossberg. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to, pretend I was you. Hi. Hello, Mr. Grossberg. Well, well. You were quite the thing, my boy. Excuse me? The trial, the trial! He was there? Reminded me of myself when I was a youth. I guess something got passed down through Mia, maybe? It brings me back memories, it does. Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. I apologize. Cheers, chat. It was all a bit too much for me, my boy. Seeing you today, I appreciate the reminiscing, but I'd much rather have you give me some information. Where does painting go? Oh, the picture is gone. And his painting. Wait a second. Wasn't there a giant painting hanging on the wall? Yeah, it was a painting of the fisherman. Wasn't it? It wasn't a very memorable painting anyhow. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. What are you doing? What's going on, Puppets? You wanna come up? Hi. What are you doing? What's that, Puppet? How are you? What are you doing, huh? Still 2 minutes on that Stream Raiders there, chat. Hi, what's up, puppers? What are you doing? Why are you here? Come to hang out? Come to hang out? Everybody, look, it's Namaste again. You know, I need to fix this. I didn't realize, but... Oof, right down here. When I do this, since it takes my title off the bottom, hides that, makes it all sorts of... But it puts my camera just a little high. Puts my camera a little high. Oh, you're falling. Oh. You tired? Are you tired? You look sleepy, puppy. Excuse me. No.
Can I pet that dog? No, he's sleeping.
This is the reason you came here. The jank. The 95% effort and the 5%, yeah, it's just a little extra. Oh man, and I do love it. I do. You know what? I will be right back, chat. We are a little over time. Let me see what I got going on. Okay. We're going back over here to the Stream Raiders because the battle's ready. Oh, what do we got? We have Copper, we have JL Duval, we have Wabajack, Not Fatima 42, and Ms. Jacqueline. Well, I know better. There's a big old chunk of these level 20 dudes. We'll do that. Ooh, oh no, there's a whole bunch of level 20. It wouldn't take your last drop? No! These cheerleaders back here, that's what scares me, because they heal. The cheerleaders heal, and they're jerks about it. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Go get him. That's the football. Who's getting the football? Yes! We have the football. Copper's got it. That warrior has got that football. Copper's got it. JL Duval's got it. Everybody's doing... Bulbas. What about Bulbas? Bulbas? Get him! Get him! I don't know what's going on. 17 kills for Copper. Copper's running away with it again. We only have 11 allies to their 22 enemies. Those cheerleaders are coming up real quick, and they're gonna cause us some problems. We'll find out. Let's find out. 9 enemies. We got this. Copper and his old big old guy and Miss Jacqueline opening that chest. 200 going to Copper. Copper, congratulations again. I probably need to start randomizing these ones. These ones need to go out the other, because you're always going to win these. So, granting the reward on it. There it is. And honestly, chat, that's going to be it for Stream Raiders tonight. And, well, that's going to be it for tonight, period. That is going to be... Bulbas? I don't know. Tortori just drops in the chat and says, boobs. And I'm like, ow, dog. Well, chat. Looks like I need to get new headphones tomorrow. The dog just pulled that out of my ear, and I knew that that was probably going to be the next thing that happened. There's another piece that goes to it, and it's gone. And it's gone. If you say boba, boba is boba, and booba is boobas. So, but, alrighty. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love y'all. You're friggin' great. Thanks for a mostly complete stream today. I really wish it was longer. We'll try again next week. Next week's looking kind of stupid-filled like this week was, too. I might end up doing another 13 hours on Monday, and another 10 hours on Tuesday, and another 9 hours on Wednesday, and then my Friday will be about 4 hours. But you know what? Next Friday, I'm going to make sure that... Damn it, I'm going to be here the full time. Hey, JL Duval, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the land. I appreciate you. And it's a good reminder for everybody else that's out there lurking, if you haven't done it already. Hey, make sure to follow so you catch us the next time that we're going to be playing a little more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. That's right. Yes. We're halfway through. We're about halfway through, I think, the second case file here. I don't remember how many case files are in the first game, but I do enjoy this game a lot. So, the Space Pope. Yeah, using the Space Pope is a little hard because there's only 2 people, and one of them is me, that has the power of the Space Pope. I don't actually use it because, you know what? It gives it more meaning if only Josephus can use the Space Pope. So, it's just that kind of emote. It is just that kind of emote. So, alrighty. Well, let's see what we have. We normally do some raiding around this time. Usually when it's about over 5 people we got going on. So, who do we want to raid? Who's out there? Who's doing what? Let's see. We got the free-for-all. We got Merc Show. Hey, Merc Show's playing some Valheim. We do love some Valheim. Tiki Goon is playing some Call of Duty. Duty. Kyle King is doing sports. What sports are going on tonight? Nah. Sorry, Kyle. Don't think we're going that route. You know what? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? You want to hit Mario? You want to hit Not Clutch Gaming? He's playing some Apex Legends. Let's see if he pays attention to anybody there. It's one of the things about Mario. Sometimes he doesn't follow through with it. But we'll go find out. Let's go raid Mario. Say hi to everybody. Let's see. Not Clutch Gaming. There he is. Say hi. Love everybody. We will see you on Tuesday. Bye. Do the thing. Damn it, no sounds.